Alright, what up YouTube? NuggetsHoopster here again. Coming back at you guys with another deck video. This time it's not with Chris or anything like that. Today it's actually my own deck that I'm playing right now when I do play. Some of you guys have been asking for a deck list for this deck, and before I get to the deck, I would like to give... I guess I probably owe two shoutouts. One shoutout, well, I don't know, they're both kind of the same thing, so, the shoutouts are to Pointlessness 413 and the First Hokage 6. I'm pretty sure, I'm not quite 100% sure that Pointlessness came up with this deck first, like with the basic idea. And then I know that First Hokage 6 and Pointlessness are on the same team, so they run. So they were running the same deck. Pointlessness ran a deck similar to this as regional. He went undefeated in it, and then he went to Boston. He got a deck profile for it. They haven't actually put up the list yet because it just takes a while for them to do that. But I heard he went X2 and he got like 19th or something. So that's really good for a deck that's really not that popular around, but I just thought I'd give a shout out to both those guys because they are the reason why I'm running this deck, and I'm not a very good deck builder. I mostly just take from other people, I guess, and I kind of work from there. But I will have a link to both of their channels in the sidebar. Go subscribe to them if you want to see more of this similar type of deck in action. One of the big differences between me and them is that they both have Dark-End Dragons, which makes this deck a pretty good amount better. And I think you'll see why the deck gets so much better if you have Dark-End when I show you guys the deck. And so yeah, they got Dark-End, and they basically take pretty good advantage of having that. So yeah, and I think it's really about it for shoutouts and stuff like that. So guess we might as well just get to the deck. First, running 3 Armageddonites. These are one of the many very important engines to the deck. This is usually what your turn 1 play is going to be. Summon this, either send a NecroZombie or a Plague Spider to your graveyard. NecroZombie is usually the one that you're going to send first for other reasons, which I'm about to show you right now. But before I get to that, 3 NecroZombie. This is another one of those very important cards to the deck. This is what keeps you in the game when you play this deck, and you can really abuse the hell out of this card when you play Burial and stuff like that, and it can get really annoying to just keep blocking attacks from people. And blocking attacks is a win condition in its own against Lightsworn. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this deck, is it's got a really good matchup against Lightsworn, which you'll see why in a second. This is probably the boss card of the deck, Triple Caius. Pretty good standard plays, you guys probably can tell, is to drop Armageddonite turn 1, send a Gardna, they summon a monster, whatever, they attack, you Gardna, then your next turn you follow up with a Caius, and at that point, you're getting rid of their monster, you're establishing field presence, you're going to make them use a card on this, and you've got an NecroZombie removed from play, which is one of the pretty big goals of this deck. And Caius is just an absolute boss in this deck, and I don't know what I'd really do without that card. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the, I guess, controlling aspect of the deck, but this is, I guess, control too. But anyways, yeah, this is NecroZombies, so there are zombies in this deck, and here are some of those zombies. 2 Goblin Zombies. This searches out every zombie in your deck. It's a really good floater. Like another good play is to set a Goblin Zombie when you have a guard on grave. They attack you, guard, and then you tribute this for Caius, and that'll usually lead to some form of advantage. And speaking of advantage, we have more advantage. Mizuki, +1, very abusable with Burial, obviously, and pretty standard play in this deck is to Mizuki for this and tribute for Caius. So you guys can see already how important Caius is this deck. And now we're on to the regular zombies. Zombie Master. I really do like Zombie Master in this deck. Some people are saying that it's bad because you know, doesn't have priority and stuff. So people think it's bad like that, but it's really good for recycling Goblin Zombie, and it's really good in the mirror match, which you see a lot nowadays. So I really like Zombie Master. Spirit Reaper, very, very underrated card this format. I think this card's really, really good. Like a lot of people usually open up setting one card and saying go a lot, and that's where Reaper becomes really good, because you make them waste a card on a Reaper. So that you can recycle with Mizuki and stuff in Zombie Master. So yeah, next card. On Plague Shredder. Plague Shredder is your main tuner of the deck. A pretty good way that Pointlessness and First Hokage bring out Dark End is they combined Plague Shredder with Kaias, which is a really good play. And then you can just go from there. So yeah. Now onto another tuner in the deck, Gale. Gale's pretty much a staple in most dark variants. It's just way too good not to use, and Gale's just a really good card. Mystic Tomato. This is another good floater for the deck. You tack into Luminas and stuff like that. And then you usually will pull out an Armageddon Knight to send a Gardna. Or after this, you can even bring out Goblin Zombie to set up for a Tribute for Kai's play. Or you can even bring out Reaper, Gale sometimes. Tomato's just a really versatile card for this deck. I really like drawing it. Next, we've got our Gores, Dare, Gistante, good blaga blaga. So yeah, that's Gores. One of this deck's main problem that I think I find with this deck the most is that I'm in the situations where I have a lot of Gardenas in my grave or stuff like that, but I have a problem getting rid of monsters, and Gores just helps getting rid of monsters. And this deck is pretty like, I guess advantage based, you could say. And Gores is a +1 upon summon, and it's just a really good beater to have for the deck. Next, we've got Finster, Beth from Wafferdrocker. Dark Iron, have to play it. There's a gajillion darks in here. And then finally, for the monsters, Morphine Jar. Morphine Jar is one of the absolute best cards in this deck. You net so much advantage off of it, because you can discard those dead Gardenas that you get in your hand, and you can discard those dead Mizukis that you get in your hand and stuff like that. So Morphine Jar is absolutely amazing. Now into the spells. Triple Burial. Burial is another one of those vital cards to the deck, so these are kind of all the vital ones to the deck. Lets you reuse your Gardenas to set up for Kai's plays, and it just makes you win pretty much. Double Allure, gotta play it. Allure is Allure. Plenty of darks in here, really good plays to Allure, remove a Gardner, then Burial it back later. Next we got a Rhoda. Rhoda is just to add speed and consistency to the deck, so you can pull Armageddon Knight more consistently. Double Book. One of the decks that this deck kind of has a difficult matchup against is Blackwings. Book of Moon helps with that, because you can stop their whirlwind searches and stuff like that. Book of Moon is just good generic, I guess, removal. It's not really removal, you have to attack your monster next turn, but it's just a good general card. Double Lightning Vortex, absolutely needed this format. Blackwings and Lightsworn, these are both very good against it, and lets you discard your Gardenas and Mizukis, and this card's pretty much never dead for me. Instant Fusion, this is used to bring out Musician King and Reaper on the Nightmare, and a pretty good play is to Instant Fusion, bring out Reaper on the Nightmare, tribute for Kai's, and then you hopefully have a Mizuki in your grave, pull out Reaper, and just gain more advantage. So Instant Fusion is really good. Brain Control, Staple, Mystical, Space, Staple, and then Heavy. Now into the traps. Double Bottomless, gotta play it this format. Divine Wrath, really good against Lightsworn, not so great against Blackwings, but it's absolutely amazing against Lightsworn, and it's another one of those discard cards, helps you get stuff in the grave. Call's pretty much a staple. Torrential's a staple, and so is Mirror Force. So, yeah, that's it for the main deck. Try and hurry here. I don't think I've got that much time. Yeah, I don't. So now we're going to move on to the extra deck. Musician King, you can synchro this in Plague Shredder to go into Arcanite, which is really good. Just Reap on the Nightmare, good combos with Mizuki, Android, Doom Kaiser, Revived King, Gaia, Goyo, Arcanite, Black Rose, Armor Master, Double Stardust, Double Colossal, Thought Ruler, and a Red Dragon Archfiend. So that's that for the extra deck. Pretty standard, pretty much. And I'll go through the side deck pretty quickly here. So, Double Dust, and light imprisoning mirrors, and I think